Good morning, guys. We're in Tim and Harold's house that we constructed for them. Due to their size, we had to make something that was quite bigger for them. They also need to be able to get past one another. The house has to be able to have enough space to where they can get around. That was one of the problems they had on the roof, was that one of the tortoises would get stuck behind or in front of the other tortoise. So this house is a 8-foot by 8-foot. It's covered from the rain and insulated, heated by a 500-watt baseboard heater, electric heater. Hey, you guys want to come see the world? These guys have spent so long in such a small space that they don't even know that they can walk around. They've never been able to have that. Well, hi, Harold. It's okay. Each day, we've got to coax them to come out of their house. If it was up to them, they would just stay in there and be warm. They've spent a big part of every year being cold, never the ability to ever warm up. And so now that they have that, they don't want to let it go. You're stepping on my foot. So Harold's facing this way, and he's got well over 30 feet that he can freely walk. If you look at him, he kind of looks perplexed. He really doesn't understand that all that space is for him. It's okay, Harold. These guys have lived such a neglected life that normal things aren't normal to them. And we've got to make sure that we keep that in mind and don't force anything. Allow them to get over the fear of whatever it is, the new thing. Accept it, and then be comfortable with it. They've got a lot of adjusting to do. Another one of the comments was, where are they going to go? Where are they going to live? Who's going to take care of them? Well, we, Joshua Tree Reptile Haven, are a nonprofit 501c3 tortoise and turtle sanctuary. Harold and Tim will never have to worry about where they're going to live. They'll live here forever. We are 100% funded by public donations. And if you can afford to donate, thank you very much. For those of you that have donated, you've made a world of difference. Oh. This is Pepper. She knows she's not supposed to be in the tortoise pens. It's a good girl. It's a good girl. One of the comments that was repeated over and over was that Tim and Harold must have been taken care of, otherwise they wouldn't be able to get this big, or they wouldn't even be alive. That's not necessarily true. Tortoises are able to live through some of the most torturous and inhumane conditions of any animal we know of. A real sign that they lived a neglected life is the fact that they have no desire for water or food. They, in their daily lives on top of that roof all by themselves, were not given food regularly or water. And so in their minds, food being a normal, everyday thing doesn't even exist. It's going to take a lot of time to gain their confidence and teach them how to be a tortoise. Because for 30 years, they really haven't got to be anything. It's just A&D. Some of you may be familiar with this if you've had children. This is just A&D ointment for diaper rash. Hey, you gonna let me? It's all right. They're developing sores on the sides of their cheeks from their legs hitting. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. That's a good boy. It's all right. See? It wasn't that bad. There was quite a few comments too as well, referring to the thing on his neck here. You can see that me touching it doesn't cause him any pain. He actually seems to like it. We've been in constant contact with our veterinary team, and as of right now, they don't think that there's anything in imminent danger, that his life is in jeopardy. And so we're going to work on getting him used to us having our hands around his face and touching this, so that when we do get him to the vet, we can actually have something positive. Does that feel good, Harold? Oh, yeah, huh? It's a good boy. Yeah, it's a good boy. When we do take him to the vet, he's got to be comfortable with someone new not only touching him, but he's got to be comfortable enough to stick his head out and then allow somebody to touch him. So we'll just take it slow and not try to force anything. Nothing happens fast with a tortoise, and that's especially true for these guys because of the solitary life they really lived. There it is. For those of you that don't know, this is a Stanfield heat mat. And in the tortoise world, they're the best. And this is like the mega best. This is a 6 foot by 3 foot, 500 watt. This is going to give Tim and Harold the perfect amount of heat to where it doesn't burn them underneath them whenever they want. They can always decide if they want to be warm or not. This heat mat was made possible by generous people that donated. And we want to say thank you. Tim and Harold, they're going to love this. This is a Stanfield 2 foot by 3 foot heat mat. And this was inside Tim and Harold's house. But this just wasn't big enough for them. So we got this. Now they can safely sit on this. And sulcata tortoises have a digging motion that they do with their front legs when they're inside of their house. This will allow them to do that safely without catching the edges of the mat, therefore making it safer for them. Well, there they are on their new mat. I'm sure that Harold over here will end up coming onto the mat as soon as it gets warm. Now there's no more need for the baseboard heater that was behind here. It was electric heater, and it is a desiccant. It dries the air out. This mat here now will not dry out the air.